Hey guys, it's Eric, and today we're going to talk about how to increase the lifetime value of a client. Now, people are always trying to figure this out, right? How do I get more money out of my clients? Which, when you put it that way, really sounds kind of crass, but that's basically what it comes down to, right? Because they always say it's easier to upsell or resell or renew an existing client than to bring a new one on, and that is absolutely true. Unfortunately, what happens is that in that attempt to increase lifetime value, a lot of times people manufacture garbage that isn't really valuable, and then they pressure their clients, and things can go sideways real fast. So instead of thinking about sort of that cheap way of increasing the lifetime value of a client, I'm going to give you a different way. Create problems. See, they say, wait a minute, Eric, aren't I supposed to be a problem solver? Well, the fact of the matter is, yes, you are supposed to solve problems. And the fact of the matter is that every solution creates more problems. So if you help somebody get, let's say, more leads in their pipeline, right? You say, okay, great. You take them from, their pipeline is, I don't know, 20 people a month, and you take them to 50 people a month. Now you say, great, I've done my job, but then they turn around and they say, well, wait a minute, I can only handle 25, maybe 30 new calls a month. What am I going to do with these extra people? Well, now all of a sudden they need potentially like a salesperson, or they need somebody to do phone vetting or something. And you go, well, no, that's it. That's where I end. And if you're not looking forward, if you're not looking at the problems that you create, and then figuring out how to create more revenue off the problems you create, the good problems, right? Those people always say, boy, millionaires, I wish I had their problems. Well, when you help people to have those problems, well, you got to think a step ahead and say, okay, well, now how do I solve those problems for them so that we can keep their momentum going? So this is what I really want you to focus on, is to, I'm sure you're very good at solving whatever problems you solve right now. And instead of saying, boy, I want to get better at solving the problems I already know how to solve, I want you to start thinking about the problems you're creating by being so damn good at what you do, figuring out how to solve those problems, and then figuring out what the problems are with those solutions, and then how to just keep increasing the value that you bring to clients, right? By keeping their momentum going, by keeping that growth going, by keeping whatever improvements you're doing for your clients going, so that they don't even notice that you're just continually being able to create more revenue off them. And it doesn't always, and a lot of times it doesn't even have to be you solving the problem. You just have to be the person saying, hey, I'm going to, for this part of your project or whatever, I'm going to hand it off to this person. Or now that we've achieved this level, these two people are going to handle that piece, and I'm only going to handle this piece. So that's how you have to think. You have to think about creating more problems. Think, okay, I'm really good at my solution piece. Now I want to create more problems. I want to solve those problems, create more problems for them, and keep going and going and going. And that's how you'll increase the lifetime value of a client. You'll also increase the lifetime love of your clients, right? Because if they can say, I've been working with Jim for 5 years, and my sales have increased, or my people are much happier, or I've been able to open 5 more locations, or whatever it is that you're helping them do, or I feel healthier and my kids are healthier, whatever it is, whatever your specialty is, the longer you can work with them, the longer you can deliver value, the more they're going to be happy with you, the more they're going to refer you without having to be asked, and the more value they're going to give to you, and the more value you're going to give to them, and everybody's happy. Anyway, there you go. That's your thought for the day. Hey, before you go, I'd like to ask you a question. Are you having a problem growing your business from 6 to 7 figures, or 7 figures and beyond? And if you are, it's probably because you have a lack of clarity. And you probably have lack of clarity in 3 areas. The first area is the problems and challenges that you and your business are facing right now. A lot of people like to believe that they actually know what their problems, their challenges are, but in fact, they only have a vague understanding. And because they lack clarity, they are not able to go after the actual problems and challenges they have and solve them. The second lack of clarity that people have is a lack of clarity around what they actually desire for themselves and their business. Again, they think they know, but what they really have in their head is some kind of Facebook revenge list, right? They just want everything to look good. They imagine things and want things that they actually don't want. And because they're not clear on what they themselves desire for themselves or their business, again, they can't go after what they're not clear about. The third lack of clarity is lack of clarity about whether or not you are ready to take the actions to change or even need to. Again, most people think that I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. They think they're ready to make the changes or to grow their business or whatever they need to do. And they think they need to make a bunch of changes. And again, unless you're clear about the being ready to make the changes, or if you even need to, that lack of clarity stops you from being able to do anything to grow your business. So if you're having these challenges, I'd like to offer you a chance to, get rid of the lack of clarity and get some clarity. And I do this with what I call a clarity session. And a clarity session will be you and me one-on-one, about 45 minutes, and we're going to tackle all three areas. We're going to get clear on what your exact challenges are so you can go after them and solve them. We're going to get clear on the exact desires that you have for yourself and your business so you can go after and get them. And we'll get clear on whether or not you're actually ready or even need to make changes. And then from there, you're able to decide, hey, what should I go do? How can I go do it? And you get all that clarity is going to move you forward. So that session is free to you if you qualify. Again, there's a few things you got to qualify for to do the session with me. So just go on over to www.chatwitheric.com. Again, www.chatwitheric.com. There's a couple of questions there you got to answer. And again, as long as you answer them correctly and you qualify for this session, it's totally free to you. And there you go. I look forward to speaking with you soon. Take care.